Welcome back, friends. Today, we're diving into something truly special, cooking the perfect Wagyu steak right on a Himalayan salt block. I'll show you the sizzle, the aroma, and a bit of history behind this luxurious cut that's been revered in Japan for centuries. If you love these deep dives into food history and the art of cooking, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you don't want to miss the journey we're about to take with this Wagyu steak. Meanwhile, I'm gathering fresh corn from the garden. It takes me back to when I was a kid, running barefoot through the rows, pulling ears off the stalks and sneaking a few bites before anyone noticed. That sweet, warm taste of freshly picked corn. It's like summer itself. A tiny memory I can hold in my hands every time I cook it. Of course, I'm also sharing some of this fresh corn with my little lamb. It's funny how they absolutely adore it, and you can see the pure joy in his little eyes as he munches away. I've always been fascinated by how animals respond to fresh food. Lambs, for example, seem to instinctively know the sweetest, ripest kernels, and they never miss a chance to sneak a bite. By the way, friends, I've got my own merch now. It's been a dream to see my ideas turn into something you can actually wear and take home. So hurry over to the website and check it out. Grab something for yourself before it's gone. It's not just merch, it's a little piece of this journey we're sharing together. All right, now I'm laying out the corn, getting it all ready and perfectly prepped. Once that's done, I'll move on to today's main dish. Can't wait to show you how this Wagyu steak comes to life. It's going to be a feast worth every second. Now, I want to take a moment to share the story behind this dish. Wagyu steak isn't just a piece of meat. It's a centuries-old tradition in Japan, a product of patience, dedication, and respect for the animal. The cows are raised with extraordinary care, sometimes even massaged daily, and fed special diets to ensure the intricate marbling that melts in your mouth. It's a philosophy as much as it is cuisine. Wagyu literally means Japanese cow, and certain regions like Kobe and Matsusaka are world-renowned. The reverence for these names isn't just hype. They represent the pinnacle of care, feeding, and breeding techniques perfected over generations. Now, cooking on a Himalayan salt block adds a layer of history and technique. These slabs of salt have been used for centuries around the world, from ancient miners to European kitchens, for preservation and subtle seasoning. The magic is in the sear. As the steak hits the hot block, it releases a delicate aroma while forming a crust that a regular pan can never achieve. It's almost like the meat is being kissed by history itself. Each cut of Wagyu tells a story of generations of farmers, their techniques, and the harmony between human effort and nature. You can taste history in every bite. I remember the first time I tasted Wagyu. It was unlike anything else. The richness, the buttery texture, the way it almost dissolved on my tongue. It felt like tasting a cloud of flavor. Historically, salt blocks were utilitarian, used to preserve meat and add minerals. Today, they've transformed into a cooking method that honors both history and artistry, bridging the practical and the exquisite. I chose to make this dish today, not only because of the flavor, but because it's storytelling on a plate. Every movement, every sizzle, every smell connects me to centuries of culinary evolution. Each slice I'm about to cut carries a legacy. It's the history of Japanese farming, the centuries-old techniques of salt usage, and the artistry of modern chefs, all converging in one extraordinary steak. By the way, if you love following these behind-the-scenes moments and foodie stories, hop over to my Instagram. I share all the little secrets, kitchen fails, and daily inspirations there. You won't want to miss it. Meanwhile, I'm chopping fresh vegetables to grill alongside our Wagyu. I love how the colors and smells change the moment they hit the heat. It's like magic unfolding right in front of you. Did you know that grilling actually caramelizes the natural sugars in vegetables, bringing out a sweetness you don't get from boiling or steaming? It's a small trick that makes a huge difference. What's your favorite vegetable to grill? Drop a comment. I'm always looking for new inspiration for my next cooking adventure. Oh, that sizzling sound of the meat cubes hitting the hot salt block. I swear, I can't wait to take the first bite. All right, the meat has reached that perfect sear, golden edges forming, fat slowly melting, and the aroma filling the air. It's absolutely mesmerizing. I'm about to transfer it onto the plate. It takes me back to the first time I cooked for friends. I was nervous, juggling pans and ingredients. But the laughter, the shared excitement, and the joy of tasting that meal made it unforgettable. Now it's time for the vegetables. Watching them hit the grill and sizzle next to the Wagyu is like seeing life and color awaken on the plate, adding another layer of aroma and anticipation. Cooking isn't just about following a recipe, it's about creating memories, stories, and little moments of connection that you can relive every time you taste the dish or smell the aroma. The vegetables are ready too, perfectly grilled, full of color and aroma. I'm plating them alongside the Wagyu, and the whole dish is starting to come alive. It's a feast for all senses. You know, cooking for me didn't start in a professional kitchen. It all began at home, watching my parents experiment with flavors and recipes. I was fascinated by the way simple ingredients could transform into something magical. I remember sneaking into the kitchen as a kid just to taste sauces, touch dough, and try to recreate dishes I had seen on TV. That curiosity quickly turned into a passion. One of my first real experiments was a simple stir-fry. It didn't go perfectly, smoke alarms went off more than once, but the thrill of creating something from scratch hooked me instantly. Over time, I started trying more complex dishes, challenging myself with different cuisines, techniques, and flavors. Cooking became a way to express creativity and tell stories through food. I remember the first time friends tasted something I made. They were surprised I had made it myself. And that moment of sharing my creation gave me a huge sense of accomplishment. Even now, every time I cook something new, I remember those early days in the kitchen, the curiosity, the mistakes, the smells and sounds that made me fall in love with the craft. All right, the meat is ready. The aroma hitting my nose is just incredible. I can't help but pause for a second. It smells rich, buttery, and perfectly cooked. Finally, the moment we've been waiting for, tasting it. The first bite, pure magic.
Super.
If you've enjoyed following this journey, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more behind the scenes, tasty stories, and foodie adventures waiting for you.